Hi friends, Evolving Guys here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for following along with our collection journey. Although today is the third in a three-part series where this is not our collection, but an opportunity that I had to go through some cards and products that a friend of mine had just in her closet. So anyway, today's video, I've had a chance since I've opened everything in the shoebox. If you've seen the previous two videos, I was just kind of really like without any forethought, I was kind of going through just what we were finding. And then I've taken time since I've filmed those videos to catalog things a little bit better and have some sense of what's here. But again, I welcome your comments if you have a sense of vintage cards and if I'm overlooking something. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you what we've been through these last couple of days. So first of all, just the era of the cards. These packs actually kind of tell the story, which is very cool. Again, I've never handled packs this old, even though these are opened packs, so they have less value in that sense. It's still very cool just to see the artwork and to get to check out these vintage packs. So we have base set, then jungle, and this is in order of release, then fossil, then base set 2, then Team Rocket, then Gym Heroes, and Gym Challenge. So this really is like the beginning of Pokemon. The first two kind of eras. We have the original series, which had base set, jungle, fossil, base set 2, and Team Rocket. And then we had the gym series where we had Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge. So we have a little bit of each of those. Again, these were all open packs, but they did have cards inside, including in some cases the holos that were originally in these. So in a sense, it was kind of like an original pack, like opening an original pack, even though someone else had opened them previously. So we do have these. I didn't actually look up the street value. I think, again, the fact that some of these packs are in pretty decent shape, even the foil. I mean, occasionally I've seen things, people will buy and sell even just the packaging from vintage products. So the fact that we have, all these packages is very cool. I didn't total these up from a monetary perspective, but I still think they're pretty cool. And then we have the actual cards. Now I sorted by set. That's base set actually. So we have a lot of base set cards. You can see a pretty tall stack. This is all the commons and uncommons of base set, and most of them are in pretty good shape. These cards really don't feel like they've been touched for a really long time, including the ones in the packs, of course. Those are like basically near mint condition, but even all the other cards. So we've got a lot of base set, and then a little bit of some other sets. We've got some jungle, and we've got some fossil, and a little bit of base set too. But that's really, as far as, that's it actually, except for the cards that are in these other packs. There are some cards in those packs. Now the packs, if there was a holo or a rare, I took those out of the packs and I sleeved them up, and they are going to be in these other stacks that I'm going to show you in a second. So we do have some commons and uncommons, some quote-unquote bulk, but again, some of these cards actually do have a little bit of value. I did not total these up. You can see that's a lot of base set cards. So I suppose even if some of these cards, none of these cards are especially valuable, if you totaled up this big stack, and especially if some of them are in mint or near mint condition, there could be some value there if you wanted to turn those around. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is the theme decks. Now, I'm not as familiar with the early theme decks, but I did do a little bit of research. We've got this Overgrowth one, and this is the only theme deck that did not have cards inside, so I just basically have the box and the inserts. But again, even looking online, some of those, just again, a box with some of the original trappings can go for $10 or $20 or $30. And so not to mention if it has stuff inside. And so first I'll set this down 1 second so I can get both hands. So we do have, now this looks like, it doesn't actually say, it says Overgrowth theme deck. I didn't look to see what era. I think this is like the base set period, like 1999. It looks like it has the base set markings on it, base set Ivysaur here. So if this actually did have cards in it, I don't know what would have been in it, but so this is the one that didn't have cards. Then we had this Trouble and Devastation theme decks from Team Rocket. These do have the cards, including the holo rare card. So these are essentially, even though the boxes are opened, they, I think, do really have everything inside. And that's actually also the case with the 4 theme decks that we have here from Gym Challenge. So we've got Blaine, Sabrina, Giovanni, and Koga. So all 4 of those are complete. The decks are complete 60-card decks with the holo rare card included. So I did do a little checking on those. If those were sealed, then a couple of those, recent sales on eBay For sealed items, especially the Gym Challenge ones, I mean, we're talking like $400 or so for a sealed version of these. Now, these are obviously open, but they are complete and in pretty decent shape. And so those are going to be harder. I mean, you could find a range of prices. I mean, as low as like $50 or $60, but actually I saw some complete theme decks of this kind that were going into the $100, like between the $100 and $200 range, even getting close to $200. And there may have even been a few that went above $200, even though they were opened, if they were complete and if the cards were in near mint condition, which I think would apply to these. So there's definitely some value if you did an average of, I don't know, $100 for each of these. That might be generous. I mean, I don't know, not necessarily. But again, you can think, that's $75 to $100 maybe for each of these. And also maybe with the Team Rocket one. So there's definitely some value there. Maybe ballpark $500 or something like that. Again, I didn't do a ballpark of these or the base set cards, so you can kind of maybe round up when it comes to those. I think the real value, though, of course, is going to be in some of the single cards. Now, there was this Cubone, the only Japanese card. I assume it's Japanese. It looks Japanese to me. But the only non-English card in the set is this Cubone Jungle card. But otherwise, everything was English. And so, first, these are all the rares. And so these are in order, in set order, and then in card order. So starting with base set, and then moving into jungle. So I pulled any rare card and sleeved it up just to protect it. A lot of these don't have necessarily a ton of value, but as rare cards, and some maybe a little more than others. I didn't actually go through and total up the value of all of these. But you do have this handful of rare cards from, again, these early sets. But again, I think the real value is in these cards. Now, this Pikachu is not a holo rare Pikachu. It's a common card from base set, but it does have this E3. It wasn't as value. I was kind of hoping maybe this was something rare. It turns out the street value of this is not like super crazy. But most of these cards are near mint, so I think the fact that, that helps, because then, even if they're not particularly valuable, the fact that the condition on most of these is really good will help. I did want to say one other thing actually about the theme decks before I forget. I think it makes sense to keep the theme decks together. And if my friend were going to sell these, then they would just sell them as decks. But the holo cards, all of them had the holo. There's one holo card in each of those theme decks. And the total street value of those holo cards, or market value of those holo cards in near mint condition, is almost $150. So just the cards themselves, those 6 cards. The 2 Team Rocket cards are around $6 or $7. But then when you get into the Gym Challenge decks, a couple of them are $20 in the 20 range. The Koga's Beedrill and the Giovanni's Persian are around $20. The Sabrina's Alakazam is around $30, and the Blaine's Arcanine holo card in that set is around $60. So if you add all those up, that's, we're talking about $150 just for those cards if you did want to break those out and sell those separately. But anyway, I think most of the real value, those theme decks are fun and definitely have some value, but I think the real value in what was in the box is really in the form of the holo rare cards from these early sets. So we do have this Pikachu. We did have these fun. These are non-holo, but the Mewtwo, these Mewtwo cards from, when I first saw these, I thought, maybe, and especially this next one, the Dark Persian, because it is the holo with the swirl, and it's a promo. These cards have some value. Actually, the Mewtwo number 12, this is around $40. This is only around $8. This is near mint pricing too. And I gave them all, at least as a ballpark for my friend, I went with near mint pricing because, again, I think the condition on these is really solid for most of these. I didn't inspect them super, super thoroughly, but just all of the cards in this have just been sitting in a box, and they really were in pretty nice shape. The Dark Persian, not bad, like $35. And then we get into holos from base set. So we've got the Alakazam, again, in near mint condition, unlimited, is about $50. The Gyarados, about $30. The Machamp, it is first edition, but I feel like I've not seen, even on TCG Player, when they have the base set list, they don't have a Machamp non-first edition. And maybe some of you, if you know in the comments like what the story is there only a first edition Machamp for base set? I'm not sure. But anyway, with this card, actually, even a first edition is only about $12, so much less than you might expect for a first edition base set. Mewtwo from base set, about $40. The Nidoking Holo Rare base set, about $30. This actually, the Jolteon, this was actually the most, I mean, well, this was about $50, and there's two of them, so now we're moving into Jungle. There's two hollow Jolteons, again, in really nice shape. These cards are in really nice shape. So those are about $50 each from what I can tell, so about $100 there. The Kangaskhan, less valuable, about $10. The Scyther, let's see, I've got the list here beside me, about $25. The Vileplume, about $20. Again, we're in Jungle now. Now into Fossil. The Aerodactyl from Fossil is about $25. The Hitmonlee from Fossil is about $40, and we actually have two of those, so that's pretty good. The Hypno from Fossil is about $20. And then we move in base set 2. We got the Hollow Gyarados from base set 2. That is about $20. I thought this was going to, I mean, I was really hopeful. This is a first edition Dark Slowbro Hollow from Team Rocket. I was kind of excited about this. Still, I mean, almost $50, so not like terrible, but maybe I was kind of hoping for some diamond in the rough in this. I mean, these are all great old cards in the hollow pattern. Again, really good shape. These cards are in really nice shape. So that helps, but I was just kind of hoping maybe there was some like super rare or super secret thing. But they are really cool. This is a first edition Brock from Gym Heroes. This one is about $75. So this was actually the, as far as singles go, this was the most valuable, just using kind of, you know, assuming a near mint, which again, these cards are just super, these are in really nice shape. So this Brock was actually the winner, the big winner. This was the most valuable card, at least as far as I can tell, in my amateur opinion from just pricing things on eBay and TCG Player. This one was another one that was really cool. This was in one of the packs that they had left the hollow in the pack. So this is the Rocket's Trap from Gym Heroes. Again, another hollow rare. This one only about less than $20. Let's round up to say 20. So, and then we're back to the Pikachu E3. So you can see like a really nice stack, all hollows, all from these early sets. And again, no single card. Again, the most valuable single card, as far as I can tell, is the Brock first edition from Gym Heroes. But all these cards, I mean, you know, at the very least, these are $10 and then $20, $30, $40, $50 cards. So I totaled it up. We're looking at, you know, in the $650 to $700 range, just like near mint of all these hollows. So again, not like something you're going to put your kid through college with that, or you're going to retire early. But still, you know, if you add that plus what you could get for these theme decks, plus even just kind of the other stuff. I mean, definitely easily over $1,000 and probably a bit more than that, depending. And so all just in somebody's shoebox, my colleague's shoebox, just up in the closet. And so I'm going to pack this all up and give it back to her and see what she wants to do with it. It's her call, but it was really fun. I mean, for me, it's just worth it to be able to see and handle all these cards and just get a chance to kind of check out this cool collection. So do you have a shoebox in your closet or in your attic that might have some cool stuff like this in it? If so, I mean, break it out. And if you don't know what to do with it, I'm sure that your local card shop could help you with it, or maybe a friend who does Pokemon stuff. So anyway, this was my pleasure. It was a lot of fun. And please do, I'd love to see your comments. Like if there's stuff that I just went over that you think is incorrect, or if there's something that I need to know, or something that you saw that I missed, please let me know. But anyway, this was a lot of fun. I hope I'll get more opportunities to do something like this. Again, this is not mine. I'm going to turn it back over to my friend, and it's up to her kind of what she wants to do with it. But it was totally worth it for me to get a few videos of material out of it, and just the fun of getting to spend a rainy Saturday going through this shoebox of super old Pokemon cards. So anyway, thank you guys for following the channel. Check back for new videos soon, and we'll catch you later.